Welcome to the show, it's Doc and Ray. Burning rubber, blowing smoke all day. From the pitch to the strip, we rev it high. We're talking burnouts, and we're not shy. Engines roar and the tires scream. Living that burnout car dream. We're here to win, never backing down. And when the smoke clears, we wear the crown. Just a tip and we're hitting hard. Spinning wheels and breaking hearts. With a twist to the key and a foot on the floor. We're bringing the heat like never before. Burnout cars and driver fame. Running through fire, taking the flame. Just a tip in, we've got it all. From burnout cops to the mental call.
What's going on, guys? I'm your old mate, Dr. Cuts. This is Encyclopedia Ray. You're watching Just a Tippin' on Tour 24. And we're sitting here in fielding with the man, SmugZ himself. Thank you, brother.
Applause.
Awesome to be here, my bro. Thanks for being with us. Finally got here after a couple of days of fucking trudging. Trudging through the country. It's good though. How you doing, bro?
Good. How are you guys going?
No, we're fucking
we're alright.
Where do we start with that?
We're a bit old for this shit, but I mean, you know, you create the rods to break your own back, really, don't you? So,
Well, that's it, you know. I mean, at least you guys like fucking... What'd you get, like 50 rides down? Every 1.5k
there's got to be a good 10k. Yeah, there was. I think it worked out. There was 4 rides that were like 15 minutes or less.
Yeah. And they seem to have dropped you off everywhere but where you need to go.
Yeah,
But
really out the way awkward places, bro.
Yeah.
We got to see some cool stuff. One young fella gave us some beersies or some vodkas, cold fucking cans of voddies, and a bit of a weird cigarette and.
The weird cigarette.
Weird cigarette, yeah, it was good. Probably.
Yeah.
So, listen, bro, for those viewers of ours that don't know who SmugZ is, and you want to give us a bit of a rundown, because we've got viewers all over the fucking planet.
I don't know where to start.
A lot of Aussies, eh?
Well, I guess we're talking burnouts, aren't we? Really?
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of aspects to you, but we've got to go down the skid route, the burnout route.
Yeah, hard. So
I'm excited because this, like, the bro here, he's pretty much one of the OG. Like, you know, he's known skids for years and years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well, it's probably coming up to 20 years being actually properly into the burnouts and doing it off the street and actually competing.
Yeah.
And probably the best move I ever made, really. Like everyone else, we all started terrorising the streets.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so yeah, Auckland was
Quiet streets back then, two-ish type, you know, apart from the Auckland, some of the Auckland stuff we'll touch on.
So that was it. Started in Auckland, just do it every day, like everyone else, man. Like
South Auckland.
Yeah, everywhere. So you know, the popular meet up in Auckland City, and then follow the train, and hopefully you got to the right place, and and just did your business. It was you know, cause, back then, in the 90s. It was funny. It was more like drag racing. Everyone was into the drag racing thing, and then the burnout thing started happening.
Right.
Even though people probably going to say, no, it was happening way before then, but it actually really blew up where, I guess, different lines were taken to different places and stuff.
Yeah. And think about it too. It wasn't just like with the drag. It wasn't actually specific burnouts. It was fucking diesel, bro.
Yeah.
Remember? Everywhere, like it was like you go to an intersection, it was diesel.
Diesel
there was
ground.
There was going to be donuts on. There was going to be, and often not smoke because of the power of the cars back then. In a sense, but
it was more like car control and how loose you could get on diesel.
Yeah.
You know, and be able to control yourself on it and coming off it. But maybe we'll talk about that something like that later on. But, But
the transition from diesel to actual road.
Yeah. So, and then there was a time where, because I think most of the thing with the cops and everything were more getting angry about was the diesel was destroying the road.
Yeah.
You know. So I remember like times when people will start bringing like drums of water and dishwashing liquid.
Oh, yes.
And they'll start dumping that down. And it was just as slippery as diesel.
Yeah.
You know? It just dried up quicker. You know,
Yeah,
it was funny.
right.
People out there squirting off all over room and we'll be like, what the hell are these characters up to?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, so yeah, it transitioned from that, moved to the Mount for a while. And it was there that not many people did diesel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was...
It was only down by the port. They had
Whole
one
road.
sort of area.
The roundabout, yeah. And because when it rained, it was already from the trucks, diesel,
slippery already,
and it'd be slippery as heck, you know. So that it was quite funny. So yeah, Tauranga was actually the place where diesel wasn't a thing.
Right.
Like I think I don't know why it was just their thing. And yeah, so that's when we started. Man, we're chewing tires now. So
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it was pretty. We all did it. It was freaking cool.
Yeah, of course.
Compared to now.
It's a rite of passage growing up. I think back in those days, and
I mean,
stuff wasn't as powerful back then.
Well, that's it. I was going to say you could have a 1300cc Escort or a blooming Cortina or something.
Yeah.
And be having fun.
Yeah, or Starlet, with a little K motor in there.
Yep.
It was. I think even that time you started realizing power to weight ratio.
Yeah.
Like not logically, actually, like I'm going to start thinking this. But you were figuring it out. If I had a smaller car, a little bit more ground, I had more fun. But the scene was like real cool. Like it was real cruisy. Everyone was sweet. We had, as you do, runs with the cops.
Yeah.
But then, but Tauranga, chaos. Like one time we were out in the middle of butt truck nowhere, in the middle of the.
Are you allowed to swear on our channel?
Yeah, butt truck. Is that all right?
Oh, no.
Do like 15 minutes. If you can try to just wait that 15 minutes, I think. I hear people talk about it all the time.
Oh.
They go, we shouldn't be swearing. It's like, it's okay, it's after 15 minutes now.
Oh, really?
Because I'm always, but I get past it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And I'm trying to read the teleprompter.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes, because our production's so...
Yeah.
The teleprompter was couriered down. I mean, it's all behind the scenes. It was couriered down. We didn't carry it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to read that. Out middle of nowhere, Pies Pass somewhere, we were out there, do skids, and one night, we're just chilling out, everyone's doing skids, whatever, and all of a sudden these people running, yelling shotgun.
Oh,
yes,
I'm like, this is interesting, and we're all sitting in my wagon and that, and this fella's like scampering for life. Next minute, bro, some dude has a spotlight and he's in my window.
Oh.
And he's just like, you need to get the out of here. I want to fucking... And I realise it's the rifle. It was like a shotty or something, like, in my face. And I'm like, bing dares. And I'm like, what the hell are you up to, dude? And he's like, what the hell am I up to? Get the hell out. Started my car. 12A bridgie, loud exhaust, 90s, 2000 style, all that didn't matter back then. As soon as I started the frickin' thing up, he's like, it's you, no. I only got the gun and bashed the whole side of my doors in.
Oh.
And I was stuck on the dirt side and the road side.
Yeah.
And, locked up trying to get off, and he just bucked my car, man. And the people had these chicks in the car, and I was screaming, we're like... Then we boosted off, and that's why we started. Then we were yelling out, "These are doing we became those people. We're doing with a shotgun," and everyone was just yelling shotgun. That was the most one of the most chaotic things I think that has happened.
Yeah.
And besides some other things, which is kind of funny, but that's the most chaotic thing.
Well, if you example now, the new age to out Pies Parway.
Yep.
Was it one night last year? When they had the blooming stupid invasion-y thing.
Yeah.
And bro, they had that whole thing blocked off, and people that were coming from Rotorua or other way, they couldn't even get through.
No.
And people couldn't call to complain because of the coverage out there.
Yeah.
So it was just a whole night of chaos, bro.
Okay, so bro, I want to go back to what gave you your passion for cars? Like, what made you a petrol head? Instead of a fucking out in Lycra and riding push bikes.
This is so... I'll shorten it down.
Yeah.
So basically, so at the time, street skater, graph crew that was our thing back then, hitchhiking everywhere, like the crack up stories we talked about yesterday with Harbour Bridge and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I actually, growing up, my mum had a partner that we just called his stepdad, whatever, and he was into everything classic V8s. So I mean, I used to get dropped off to school at a 36 Mercury.
Right.
You know, and
yeah.
it's funny because I was kind of embarrassed.
Right.
Because I'm talking now at this stage, late 80s, early 90s, like intermediate, and I'd be like, oh yeah, he'll drop me off and stuff, and I would go into school, and chicks would be like, oh yo, did you just get dropped off with that? I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, and they'll be like, that is so cool, because I grew up with it. To me, it wasn't a thing.
Right.
Okay, so I'm talking about Impala wagons, roadsters. You know, this dude had a different ride every second week.
Right.
You know, it was just the thing. So it didn't actually rub off on me, that whole scene. No, not at all. It wasn't till, so later on, I managed to get a license and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I've got to get a car. So I bought my first car, and it was a Honda 83 Honda Accord. Twin headlight hatchback thing, $300. You know, I didn't really know how to drive. You know, owned that for like maybe 6 months, and then the bros are like, "Hey man, there's this car dealer who hook you up with stuff. It doesn't matter." So I was actually supposed to buy. I went there to buy a Vauxhall Ventura, two-door, left-hand drive.
Yeah.
350 Chev in it. You know, everything. It was like this, and I was like straight away like, "Yo, I want this car," and the dude's like, okay, yeah, well, you just need to give us $1,000 deposit, $50 monthly payments.
$50 a month, eh? Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So by the time I sold my Honda, cheeky fellow, I sold it to a chicken GI, and I made her drive me to the car yard on K Road. And she's like, oh, sweet, oh yeah, that's where I'm going. We're in there. I was like, yeah, I'm here for that thing, and he's like, oh, yo, dude, some on fella came and bought it outright this morning. I was like, oh man, what else? He's like, I said, well, I'm not leaving here without a car.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it was a row of RX-7s and a row of Hondas, Honda Cities, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't fucking back in one of those.
Yeah.
So pretty much my second car was a Series 1 RX-7 GT 1978. RX-7, like bog standard. I mean, emissions, everything. I don't know shit about cars.
Yeah.
And then the Z started there.
But that was going to be my next question, I guess. Sort of, when did you slip and hit your head and decide that Roaders was a cool car, and get into that? So it was right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
By default, by accident. By accident.
Yeah. So because before that, being in a graph crew and skaters, there used to be a lot of tangs that used to roll around Queen Street and stuff, because that was our stomping ground, ATS Square, in the city. And I hated them.
Right.
I always be like, oh, put the choke in, and abusing. And
weren't even be noisy and obnoxious as they are these days.
No, it was nice.
Stages, a
few
little...
No, they were rowdy. Because there was no exhaust limits then. So this is, 90s, like, they were rowdy. Like,
right.
So I was like, oh, okay, So then stepping into having a rotor, then the bros that I was with, like, bro, you got a fucking rotary, man. Like, you got I was like, and I was like, yeah, like, you get everywhere real fast. And it was a sack of shit. It was a dog box. I blew it up in like 2 weeks of owning it.
Yeah.
It would have had all the emissions on it and the whole bloody...
It took a week to start. It was like, it's like, more I own a freaking RX-8 or Series 4. Like, it took forever, but so the day I paid for my deposit and stuff, I had to go for all the beers, for, I had to be re-waffed and complied, because they were just important to have them there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'll drop you off in this RX-7 over here. And I remember it was like matte green, Moji's, had IDA on it, thing out the bonnet, and I was like, oh yeah, and I remember hopping in it and the glove box falling apart, and I was like, oh yeah, and he started it up, and I was just like, oh hell, this thing was loud, rowdy, obnoxious.
Yeah.
We pulled out, man, it was nuts, and we're driving down K Road because he's taking me to the bus station. I just seen everyone just looking, and there's just something triggered in my head, like, I want that scene, man.
Yeah.
I keen for it, but that's where it all started.
Yeah.
So I had my little compared to nuts, So it all evolved from there. So it just, it spawned into a horrible freaking nightmare of
a life.
Of a life. It's a nightmare, man. Like, and this is I end up falling asleep and driving into a power pole on Northcote Road, I think it is, the main run up to Birkenhead. But you could easily slip yourself back into another RX under $1,000. Like, once you had one, you just trade and exchanged it.
Yeah.
And you just rung up, you keen to swap this. And what was funny back then is that people with Toyotas and stuff or anything like cool like that, no one wanted an RX-7.
Right.
I'll swap you this. I'm like, nah. It was hard, but as soon as you had an RX, like other than a Series 1 RX-7, even though like it crashed my other one and I had something else, you could, like, dude, I've had like 40 rotors in 30 years.
Yeah.
And most of them were at that period.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, every week.
Yeah.
You just buy, swapping,
Yeah.
I remember that you would have been the same, bro. The chain exchanging Thursday morning, straight down the shops, bro, as soon as you could get it.
You're like a crackhead, bro. Like,
straight to the free section, straight to the motor parts.
Yeah, and then like figuring out that you had to scroll to a different section of it to
You were scrolling in those days, bro.
You were scrolling, you were
what was it? Browsing.
Turning pages, bro.
But you
turning pages, not scrolling.
when there was actually you had to do something with your body.
Yeah.
But you would find different sections in the trade exchange that would be selling stuff because it was misprinted.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that shit too,
So
actually.
you'd start learning, I'll look under Austin Maxis and it's like...
Because you used to have to write shit down on a bit of paper and like fax it, or you'd call them up, or you'd leave the message on an answer machine, right? And it's kind of like when you speak like, I don't know, me, you, Ray's a bit
Chinese
clearer,
whispers,
but you speak like a fucking bogan that's been on drugs for 40 years, and like AI and all the stuff that puts the comments or the words on now, the text, when we're talking, it fucks it up. And it's the same back in those days. You'd leave the message on the phone and they'd hear one thing completely different and write down, like, so you even look at muffin sections to buy your fucking car or whatever.
Yeah, well, that was it though. Like, you learned to like start looking at because everything was alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So like a Mazda would now be an Asda.
Yeah.
So you look back and find out that thing's been in there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, give this person a call, and he'd be like, you're the first person who's like, and you're like, see you soon, brother. And I'd start hanging out with cats who'd like have these tricks of the trade, like carrying little bottles of oil and stuff and looking at engines and like, you can fire it up, brother, and these are like big island dudes and stuff, So the cats were going to be fucking with none of these guys,
Yeah.
And they would squirt oil like on the housings and stuff. And now when you think about it, there's actually no possible way there's oil coming out of that part of the block. It's correct, And they'll
But
come
the smoke
out.
still makes the scene.
Yeah, but they're like, what's that? You go, no. I was like, bro, how about, you want 2.5? I'll give you 15. I'll just get it out of my way.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty funny time compared to now with the Mazda tax and everything.
Well, the RX tax is just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I mean, they're all good stuff's getting taxed. The RX tax, RB tax, I think the LS tax is probably coming soon.
Yeah, well, it's probably like it's cheaper to find a whole LS setup than it is anything RX.
Yeah.
Like what you pay for a gearbox and a Mazda, you buy an LS. If you just sit on the market for a while and you're up at the right time of the night, one will pop up. You can nearly buy a crashed car for 3.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's way easier.
Yeah.
And then there's a block for sale for like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And
then you just pull it off and NA it. Get rid of the injection and stuff like that. There's always ways about it, but it's a way easier market to get in. If you're like got $7,000 in your pocket, boom, you get the main setup.
Yes.
For a V8 setup easily.
Yeah.
All right. First skid event.
Yeah.
Take it back, bro.
Take us back.
What happened?
First
Well, it was
First-
like the first, like, you, right, I'm going to go.
I'm off the streets.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and I'm going to go
What are we
and
doing?
make this a thing.
Yeah, so I guess it would be Velodrome, Skidfest. So, no, it was Mary. They had some summer drags thing, and I had my green 808 sedan, 12A turbo, 4-barrel setup on it, so not running injection. And I was like, I'm going to hit a skid comp. Went there, did alright, broke an axle, and was like, it was just, I don't know, just the fact that you could do something, be ruthless, but having a crowd that's there for the same idea.
Big
Yeah.
crowds too, then.
You know?
They were decent crowds too.
So, and used to do it on the drag strip.
Yeah.
It'll be all covered in VHT and stuff, So it was kind of a mission to skid on. Then, second event, same car. Went to...
What was the car?
So you still the 808 sedan.
Yep.
Into the second one, it was raining, and it was at Velodrome. And just no traction, just too light.
Yep.
It was just a... It was
It was
just...
a slippery
What
surface.
was that? What was the sort of the judging and the requirements like back then for sort of getting points? Was it,
Well,
or was it
for-
just a crowd reaction?
So there was points for, definitely for crowd reaction and stuff like that. That was one of the major ones, and also just how rules are now. So smoke style, crowd reaction, tyres popping, but the rule hasn't changed
Right.
really at all. But the fact is that, crowd reaction was a judging point,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what helped. And I think even that's what boosted me more to be, like, it made you want to do it more.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I sold that I bought the K25 off this dude I met and stuff. 12A bridge unit, mystery motor, cleaned it up and entered Bay Park.
Right.
So Bay Park is the thing that actually...
So would that be early 2000s?
Yeah, so 2004, 2005. So it's funny because you talk about rules. So the first lot of skids that you entered there, it was just send it.
Yep.
So again, smoke style crowd. If you tapped the wall, it wasn't an issue.
Right.
So it was just go out there and do it.
Get the set off.
So that event, that was the one that was the biggest event. Like Tauranga were now setting the standard for burnout comps.
And who was running that comp? What was that comp?
So that was originally for Ashley Wayne Arnold Memorial Skid Comp. This dude who passed away from a motorbike accident on Manamana Strait.
Right.
So he won the maybe the 2001 Fawn Rotor Nats Burnouts.
Okay.
And so previously meeting him, he was an out of it chap. He's from London, England or something, And we just remember him rocking up and on this, hey, what are you fellas up to on his own? Like, what are you up to, brother? He's just like, I'm gonna win the Fawn Rotary Nats, man. Like, all right, we're like, oh yeah, fucking, all right, dude, that's your buzz. And he was just Mount Maiden Road, man. We're like, yo,
What was he running? Can you remember? What was this?
12A, I think it was a bridge or maybe a stage, Series 1 RX-7 on hot wires, blue one.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he just went out there and dude, the Nats came up and he won it. Like, he just went ape. Like,
Yeah,
it was
right.
like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah.
So then they create after his accident, because he sold it for a bike, whatever
Right.
happened. So then his family began the Ashley Wayne Arnold Memorial Burnout Comp. So
Right.
that's when the rules were open. Just come here, send it, and the field was insane. Okay, so this is a time as well where you had mixtures of rides. Yeah, 4K Starlets. You had like fucking T-buckets and
Yeah, righto.
Hiluxes with blowers in them. And so the muscle feet started coming. All sorts of rotors would enter, but you'd pay your $20. I don't think they even scrutinized your car, and they were just like, line up and you go out. Fill out your form, your declaration, and you're done with.
No helmet?
No helmets.
No
No,
helmets.
helmet wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So then it changed hands to this other crowd, and that's when rules changed. But everyone was still entering thinking that the rules were like how it was. Not many people understood that the hands had changed over.
Right,
So, and it was kind of sad because the whole, what it was originally designed for, got forgotten.
Yes.
Right.
This, so my incident, which some people know of, and whatever happened there, so.
Got banned from Bay Park.
Banned. Yeah.
I'm not gonna pussyfoot around, Bo. This is just the tipping. No Christians are watching.
Oh man, it's gonna do some biblical verses.
So it's not like I'm outing you.
Chapter 1, verse 32. Red flags mean get off.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you see them.
Yes.
So, bit of an undie ripper. Came out, did my thing.
Good skid though.
Yeah.
If you couldn't see the
crowd
flag.
was going freaking nuts. Like, okay, honestly, I saw no freaking flags, and I did not know what they were on about. I was like, I just got out of here. How the hell am I getting reflagged already? Like, is my skid that bad that I'm already told to get off? I've just watched 20 other dudes doing mediocre stuff. Like, we're all here to do the same thing. And, so anyway, the crowd were on their feet. And I was like, thinking, like I was crabbing off to the exit.
Yeah.
And the crowd was just up and up against the fences and rattling them. And I was like, oh, we're on. Then got off and drove into the pit area where you had to cool your cars down, and I just got mobbed. And they were just out the gate, like, it just sound like the teacher of Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
What are you guys on? And I was like, and then it was like, after I got some of it out of their mouths, that apparently I hit the wall.
Right.
At the start. And I was like, I didn't even feel anything. And then, because we're walking around the car, we couldn't see anything. There was like a little, I think the little scratch that's still on the side is from it.
Can you tell that thing's scratched, bro? I mean, if there's a new one, would you know?
This angle, bro.
I mean, you guys are going to see it because I'm putting the pictures up. But I mean, you tell me.
I
Can
put a
you
lot
tell
of work into paddling that car.
Absolutely.
Look how straight it is.
Deep handling it, yep.
So they were like pretty angry at me for some reason.
Right.
So I just raised up and just stood my ground and said, look, everyone's here to do skids. We pay our $20. The damage, whatever it is not significant. Like I didn't move anything. I didn't know it happened.
They were one of those plastic bloody things anyway.
Yeah, and every second one was full of water.
Yeah. And
I was just like, it's my car. Like, this is a place for us to come to.
Yeah.
Why are you making a big scene about it? And I was like, in the end, you guys have all forgotten the roots why this event originally started. And that was my argument.
Right.
So then people were like, oh yeah, that SmugZ dude went to the pits and started swinging donuts and doing. I was like, that never freaking happened. Like, there's no way it ever happened. And it was funny because the young fellas from Gary's Tires, they came over because they were like one of my sponsors in there. And
good old Gary.
Yeah.
Rip Gary, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Gary. He was a good kid. I like Gary.
He was a GC.
He was.
So his sons, I don't know if you've seen them now, I don't know, but when they were 15, they were like units.
Yeah.
I still know one of his sons.
Yeah, well.
Tommy.
Oh, I don't know what the other one is. They're all units. They ain't little. But yeah, they were towering over all these fellas all the time home, and they see me nutting out. They're like, oh, the brother's got this. Because I was like, no, it's sweet. So that's how that whole...
Yeah.
And like we were just talking before, filling out a train exchange ad.
Yeah.
No, you could see where we were and what was happening, yet people had to... Like,
Chinese whispers it up.
Man, like, grow the hell up, man.
Yeah.
What happened. All it was over was like, nick the wall.
And
like,
you're allowed to do burnouts back at Bay Park now if you can afford to run them there.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were banned.
Clean up fees.
Yeah, so... Yeah. So what the heck? So what happened is that, what's his name, who Bob or Bobby Digital, whatever his name is, who built Bay Park.
Oh, yeah,
Bob
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Okay, so he built it, and then he was having a whole lot of issues with the council and what he was doing.
Right.
Okay, so he at that period had sold all of it to the council, whatever he did. He said, look, you guys are going to be like this, buy it off me, run it, rah. And they had already had their thing of events, and burnouts after that comp was already marked that we're not running them again. So everyone tried to say what I did caused the burnouts not to happen.
Yeah.
It was false. Like I had the emails, I had everything. Like what was happening, just that everyone thought it'd be easier to make up this elaborate story and easier to pin it on me. So that's why I think the burnouts in the pit happened. And I wish I did freaking burnouts in the pit.
Yeah. After hearing that.
Even since then, they've come back and they've tried to do the winter jam there and so
Yes.
forth.
Yeah.
And it's just gone by the wayside.
It's just the clean-up costs on top because it's in the car park.
And it's a clay surface, concrete surface. That's why it's red.
Oh, right.
You know?
Right.
And it's real squealy at the start, but you know, it's actually real easy to clean. But yeah.
Well, it's $4,000. That's how easy it is to clean it.
It's not what you know, too, you know, isn't it? Though?
Yeah.
You're going to make that probably amount off running an event, you know, to get through it.
And everyone knows how council works.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they don't want you to bring a third party and to do it for $1,500.
Do you know the interesting thing? I think what happened back there, just going back to Bob Clarkson, I think he just jumped on council and then got the council to buy it.
Yeah, something like that.
So there was a thing about it.
He was over all that because they were bringing down like decibel readers and stuff like that.
They still have. So they've got a decibel reader up in one corner of Bay Park, and if that thing twings off, you're fucked. And they're only allowed a certain amount of noisy days each year.
Yeah, same with here.
Yeah.
Because of residential area.
So between Speedway and T1, the problem is that Speedway takes precedence.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah.
And so everything's got to be coordinated around their program. And if they want an extra day, they get that extra day of noise.
Yeah. So it's sad because that town was on its path to making burnouts to where it's got now.
Yeah.
But it could have happened way back then because it was already on that path.
That's what I was just going to mention too. If we go back to Skidfest, in the middle of Auckland, Manukau.
Velodrome.
When they had those events, and you used to be able to stand around the top, look down onto the pad. It was all safe, you know. Like it was mean. It was a fucking mean.
One of the coolest
location.
freaking pads.
And could you imagine if they continue those over time? Imagine what the fucking street scene would be like now.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't have all of that shit. I guarantee you.
Because I used to rock up at like 9 in the morning. That freaking car park was like chocker, like with all sorts. Like I remember when the snail with the V8 LS got built.
Right.
And it turned up on a transporter. And he was like, why is there a Nissan? Is it the Nissan?
Escargot.
Escargot.
Nissan Escargot.
What is that big? Bog standard looking. And these dudes come out dressed like you, brother. They're walking around, You're like, these guys look like the kind of dudes I want to party with. And they jumped in that thing and started up, and it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it was like what the? But so what happened? So the funny thing of that again is that the mayor at the time, or the dude who was head of the council, who approved all that, he used to come to the events.
Right.
And he used to walk around and be like, hey man, like I'm from the...
Thank you. Mixing it in.
He'd be like, thank you for coming. Like, you know,
right.
Who are you? Like the straight edge looking old fingers. Oh, I'm part of the council and what you guys are doing is awesome. We go, yeah, this is what we want. We want to keep this going. And he had to leave. And again, the new council side, like, cut it. Because they're
not a good look for our accounts, our town.
How badass was it though that you'd come down in the
tunnel road.
You'd have to like skid around the hard edges, coming out no matter what you were in, and then just come up and the crowd was like around you. And like the night events were insane, like because nothing beats a night skid.
No.
Like the mini car looks like it's baking freaking hard.
Yeah.
So
especially when there's lights, fire, sparks.
So gangster, you know,
sparks.
like exactly. And that's how that event was. Like it was a slippery freaking pad. You know, but one of the best of all times that doesn't exist now.
Yeah.
Hands down, Velodrome.
Yeah.
You know?
And now look, everyone driving down from that stage. Everyone had to drive down from Auckland to go to Murimuria, for that sort of thing. Or and that was the only direction you could really.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of now that, isn't it? Back to that.
Yeah.
There's much happening up in Auckland ways. Burnouts. I mean, the Rewa pad obviously has come about through the Fijoas.
Gracie's,
Gracie's,
they're a couple of years now into Ali's Fest coming up. Can't wait to get there.
Coming up.
Yeah.
We're judges, by the way, so we're open to bribes.
Pray to God, guys.
Pray to the gods.
You better drive.
You better drive. There's a bank account number floating around, you know. It's all like sort of a silent auction. The most money that goes in there, you've won. Just don't tell the Gracie's.
I've got a lot of expectations.
They don't know what it is.
That's right. They're too busy to watch the fucking internet anyway. I was talking to them last week.
But you've got these little places setting up, and what Fiji are doing is mental. Like that's again another fine example of making something freaking happen.
Yes.
And then you could take it to the council and like, we're not even doing this.
Yeah.
You know, let's push it forward, and other councils can learn from that because they're also stuck up there. Like, soon as that's the problem. Like, I don't blame them. The first thing you go to them, go, hey, I want to do burnouts. They just go, Levin, Manganui, Hamilton.
Yeah.
He's overtake. Whatever the frick you call them.
Takeovers. Yeah.
And they just go, nope.
Yeah.
You know, but you say, hey, look what, because the problem is like, I just look at kind of that scene is that it's a bit like a barbecue and you have a whinging neighbour. Invite them over, man.
Yeah, a vegan neighbour go and stop the meat, you bastards.
To be involved with a takeover versus women being like a rugby league thing.
So,
come on, bro! Like you come and stand up.
Oh, we
for your
want to do
boys.
fighting them.
Dude, some of those
like,
cats.
We can have a fight. Holy fuck! I'm gonna start training.
That's what I mean. Like you need to invite the councils in.
Yeah.
And like you said, with that is like my missus. I can't watch them because I've been there, and I'm like, I just turn into negative mode. I'm like, but my missus watches them, and she goes, yo, check this fella out.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, why don't you enter burnout comps and bring that to the pad?
Bring that attitude to somewhere.
Because, some of you are nuts at peddling, man.
Yeah, 100%.
$500. You ain't winning $500 on the street, you know.
But no, you're right. You see them just fucking flying down sideways, spinning around like this, on the road.
Oh, so Levin Takeovers are now hosting the best tip-in.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you on cash, like a cash day style thing.
Really?
Same as they have the cleanest car, you get like a Maguire's giveaway pack. They're starting to make the illegal scene more, stupid.
Sponsored, Maguire's is sponsoring the illegal scene. There you go.
That makes me want to have that ring thing straight up.
But that's
just give me some shit. Fucking hell.
But then those big companies just come in and go, yo, fuck, cut that. Like, we're not having any of that, and it ruins it again when people want to get sponsors in it. Like,
yeah. The other issue we've got is the cunt that owns all the fucking racetracks now doesn't like burnouts either. Yeah. And I'm not going to mention Tony Quinn's name or anything like that.
No, don't, because he'll... No.
You know, I won't even abbreviate it to TQ. I don't know, TQ's Tony Quinn, but I'm not going to say it.
It's hard.
I mean, what a son of a bitch. Not like burnouts. If you haven't got a Lambo or Ferrari or Aston, he's not interested. But Tech Park, Pukekohe Raceway Trust, they're building a fucking FIA spec track at Tech Park Tauranga. So in the next 5 years, we're going to have a burnout pad out there where they're into grassroots stuff. That it's going to be perfect. So TQ is going to lose a bit of business that he doesn't give a fuck about, to be perfectly honest. So it just needs more people like that to be focused and to realise that there is people that don't have a ton of money, but they've got enough to get a shitbox car, put it on a pad, and have some real fucking fun. And instead of taking it out to the takeovers, I mean, when we were younger, we just used to go where the cops weren't. Where the cops weren't, and we'd do some skids. We wouldn't make cunts of ourselves and try and get them all there watching us and put us in jail.
The cameras at all the intersections.
like fuck off. Idiot cunts. It's not going to last.
That's it, like, that's... like you just said, like that's how not like Skidfest and it used to be. So like a whole lot of cats that were doing it on the Friday and Saturday night, and ourselves were practice on a Friday night on the street somewhere. And yeah, we did.
Yeah, but you're not trying to stop all the traffic and.
Yeah, okay.
And we all grew up.
But the thing is,
these guys potentially won't have a chance to grow up because they're going to fucking kill themselves.
Yeah.
But the thing was that it was at that time. Yeah.
Hang on, cat. We got the cat. What fucking?
He's a Gante.
Ray all of a sudden became out of fucking screen then. I like the kitties. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I love the animal.
Take 10.
The cameos, the animal cameos are important.
But that was like, no, you say that because that was the point where I was like, realised that, you know, like I said, we'd practice on a Friday night, like and then going into a comp on Saturday.
Yep.
And then the first times I started doing it, that's when I realised, okay, anyone can skid on the street.
Yeah.
Okay? As soon as you step on the pad, that's when the men are separated from the kids, you know? And I was like, that's why I'd come out there full confidence and be like, my cousin's actually a piece of shit. It's doing nothing. Like, you should see me last night. But this is now.
Yeah.
And that's where over time then I realised that the whole aesthetics of concrete with tile on it takes longer to heat up and to produce smoke. So it became more of a challenge. So
Technical got involved.
Yes, and that's when I started realising, like,
no diesel on the ground.
This time
walls.
I'm turning up and I'm going to make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of got frustrated from that side. So it was like, I want to like try and more put on a show for people and try and get your dog box car to bake and do what you want it to do.
Yeah.
And give a name for
so
the rotary side, and then realise, tarmac, I can roll out there in a front wheel drive Holden Barina, 1.3 litre,
handbrake on,
and I'll get that to bake hard. I'll go put that thing on the pad and and that's the whole thing that I realised, and then that's why I actually probably is another thing that made me switch to comps.
Yeah.
And then I say to people like, you can skid on the street, we all can, but you can bring it on the pad, man. Like that's where it's at.
So just going back to what we said, separating the men from the boys or the kids. What's your reaction when I say bad company?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Man,
reliving history.
I mean, we got to go back to the OG skidder, don't we? What's his name? Liz.
We going there?
We're
going.
You can go
there. So Liz, you're a gangster. You're an OG of the whole freaking scene. Like 1,000%.
We heard some stories last night, mate, and I mean, you're getting a trophy from us.
And you are strictly the OG of the whole burnout scene. I don't care what anyone says. You 100% number one. Like from the burnout at the Rock Hotel down in Auckland City.
Fanchel, that was Fanchel Street, eh?
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. From that to your little incident with Bobby T and GI.
Incident with Bobby T.
Bobby T, run! Bobby T, run! Chasing that dude so hard.
Company's coming for you.
Frick, all we could hear was your frickin' 8-banger panel van just run! Need him! Then you rocking back. Yeah, and everyone was like, don't fuck with bad company. This is our incident that we had.
What incident was that, bro?
I mean, we don't want to bring too much PTSD back into your day, bro.
I'm having a seizure.
I think the point is that now we can sort of say it's definitely not just the men. I mean, Liz has won a couple of Summer Nats tickets now, hasn't she? She's had a car over there a couple of times. The ladies are starting to come along onto the track.
She's Yeah.
Got the evil in her name.
Yeah, so...
Evil 69.
Yeah.
I'm glad she didn't have that plate that night. So, should we tell it or what?
Yeah, go on, bro. You tell it. It was fucking made us laugh, bro. I mean, you know.
So after that incident didn't involve us at all.
Bobby T.
Yeah, Nelson Street. You know, you were there all the time. You were everywhere. I had my blue 808 wagon, rotor, of course. Hitting the diesel. Anyway, I'm talking like you're watching.
This is
Liz, this is to you. This is about you, Liz. So let's say, Liz, bad company. They had rocked off and they went down Nelson Street towards Mount Smart End, and so accompanying me the night was Mad Mike. You all know that guy, Mad Mickey, the Mad Michael. So he was in my wagon, and so we were having some more play on the diesel as we were doing the diesel. Anyway, so we left and we were like in third gear, and I just remember what was this curb to curb. I was crossing it like all the way down Nelson Street, taking up both lanes. And then, Mikey's just like, we looked down and we could see this car reversing out, and we're like, oh, what the hell are these fellas up to? And then Mike's just like, bro, no, bad company. And I was like, the fuck you mean? Like, so we come down, and I was all right, pretty much switched this side, so you got the left-hand side coming down, and Liz and her crew were reversing out, and I just remember seeing the passenger looking at me, shaved head, and he was like, and I was like, holy, switched it, so come around, and then switched back, so now she's reversed out. Sweet, not sweet. Finally kind of corrected down the road, and we look back, and Mike's like, bad company's coming, bro. And we're like, oh, what the? Like, I see the lights just getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, oh my fuck. So we're trying to gun it down Nelson, nearly getting up to the end. She's getting so damn close. I was like, frick this, I'm gonna do Dukes of Hazzard, man. Like, we're just, how we got her around, I don't know. But spun around, chopping the gears, like, 12A bridgie. I'm like thinking we're like, but we're probably like going this freaking fast. Yeah. So we're up fast, and she's like, we're like, oh shit.
What's she driving?
Tirana.
Tirana.
Yeah, man. She was coming for us. And because straight in my mind I was just thinking, oh no, Bobby T. So we boosted all the way down to Nelson Street and gives back, everyone was crowded around on Nelson Street, like big thick crowds, and I'm trying to beat my horn, it's like beep beep, because this thing's like loud as chugging, and everyone's like, oh, and we're just yelling out the windows, bad company's coming, and everyone's like, go bro, go, hit the fucking diesel again, eh? So now we're doing 1K, probably like second gear, trying to hop third, going nowhere. Yeah. And everyone, we just see the lights and it's in the crowd, and we're like, holy, we ain't through the diesel yet. We get through finally. Everyone lets them through, so we got a bit of a chase on us. Pretty much tails between our legs. We hit Odihanga, the motorway for Manukau, and we just did not turn back. And we
ended up going to Mount Maunganui to skid after that.
We didn't return back to the scene for a very, very, very long time. We pretty much shot off to the mount after that. Because like Liz, like all these people, their takeovers are there, but I'm talking OG gangster shit where Liz and your crew, damn, you didn't care. You knew. Fuck off the West.
I appreciate you, bro. Just bringing back these moments again. I can feel it.
And so that's how we end up in the mountains.
So that kind of brings me to mind. Should we go into another part of our show where we like to touch on
touching on stuff? Okay, yeah, bro. We like to have a yarn about mental health.
Yeah.
It must have had an effect on you, but actually, no. Seriously, this is one of our things. We do talk about mental health, and you've got some experience. You've had some experience. I don't know, bro. What's your take on it? What's your thoughts?
Yes.
Where do you go?
Yeah, hard.
Give us a yarn.
Honestly, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like in the community and everyone.
Yeah.
And it's getting heaps of groundwork now, which is are freaking massive, you know?
Because people are talking about it, finally.
Yeah, you know, because most of us are Gen Xers and we just keep that to ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
And look, guys, I freaking understand. I fully understand if you find it hard talking to people and maybe some of those people are acting like, oh, bro, like.
It's hard enough.
Or you've just got those kind of people who don't give a about it. They look at you and just, and then they walk off.
And you might even be like, you know that you can't talk to them because you know that's going to be your reaction.
Yeah, that's it. You know, like, and it's hard because I'd say having good partners and having good friends.
Yes.
Honestly, if you don't have a good partner who doesn't want to listen and help you and support you, hey, don't. It's not like, you know, you want a partner. It's okay, babe. You know, it's okay. You want a partner who's straight up with you, like, hey, look, you need to either like, you know, snap the hell out of it. Like, but what can we do for the, you know, like, babe, understand the banter and the balance needs to be there.
100%.
You know, not cotton walling it and stuff like that. And I've been there. I freaking say I've been in the darkest space. I've been in a situation where, you know, I'll fucking be open about it. I literally tried hanging myself, you know?
Right.
And waking up from that was buzzy because what I used had snapped midway.
Right.
And then I've heard of people like who have been in that situation who aren't, would I say unlucky, but what had happened, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard. Like, these helplines out there, and look, I fully understand the mental health system in this country is utter rubbish. Because after what I did, I tried to go to that system. And they sent some betties around, and they just said the questions were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't make you feel...
Are you going to harm anyone?
Yeah.
What? Are you feel like you're going to hurt anyone?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
But, yo, this is not how it works.
What do you mean I'm fucking fine?
So do I have to hurt someone,
then
end up in jail because it's GBH or anything like that?
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you guys get your freaking job? You know? And it's good because these places like, you know, Gumboot Friday with the youth side and stuff. And
now we got guys like Scotty, you okay, Bo, who's a counsellor, who's on his own back, going out into the community, parking on the side of the road with a sign saying, "Fucking come and talk."
Yeah.
Do you need to talk? Come and talk. And it's people, you don't know this guy. It's going to be easier to talk to someone like that. Just sit down on the side of the road, start talking, bawl your fucking eyes out, tell the stranger some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And the relief on, is just going to be massive. Stuff like that is really important now. And you've got guys like us, not necessarily going to be able to help you. Like, we'll listen to your stuff and then go, that's fucking ratchet, bro. But we know if you need to talk to a professional psychiatrist, psychologist, you know what I mean? If you need to go to your doctor and get on some meds, whatever it is, you need to do it and not be scared of it.
And tell them and be straight up like, if someone's not working for you, don't give up.
Yeah.
Just keep searching till you find someone that works. Because I've been through that. I know what, like you said, the doctors, heaps and it's just a 9-to-5 job to a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know? And like you said, with that bro doing what he's doing, talking to a stranger is actually, it's just, and you feel so much better once you spoke about it.
Yeah.
I get numerous messages from my art page, the KE page, not the holic side. I get, some who kind of know what my part is, with that. And I'm fucking like straight up. I talk to people and say, and my missus cracks up because I always yarn. I'm always like,
She looks like such a straight up lady.
Yeah.
Annie.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Annie.
And I'll just yarn to people, and and you can tell in their messages, how they're feeling, and then afterwards they'll be like, fuck bro, like, thanks man. I'm like, hey, no, like, it's just talking to someone. And you weren't reaching out, but you were reaching out.
That's right.
So if anyone messages you,
yeah,
anything, and you're thinking, oh, what a fucking random chick or what a random dude, maybe just think that that's their way of just trying to start a conversation.
That's right. Yeah.
To try and speak out.
They'd like some help, but they're not quite sure how to ask. And, I think one of the things when you finally get into getting the stuff off your chest and talking to people is that when you're constantly mulling it over and going over that shit in your head, creating those scenarios and all the rest of it, you're not really telling yourself anything. You're going over past stuff. If you talk to somebody about it and it includes what you want to do about it, all of us, at the end of the conversation, you've probably answered your own questions. Yeah. You've given yourself your own little bit of direction. While you're speaking, you're realising what you're saying. It's fucking quite a powerful tool. So thank you both for being honest there. More people need to know that people exactly like them are going through exactly the same things. This isn't stuff that's reserved to fucking, we're on the internet, but we're still dealing with our demons while everybody's watching.
Yeah, that's why, like, a lot of my YouTube videos, I will come across with different emotions and and then people will be like, hey, bro, no, I'm just showing it fucking real that I am only human, and we all are, and this is the line of work I'm in, and it's just my personality.
Yeah.
How long have you had your YouTube channel now, bro?
Oh, fuck, I've had it for years, but it's only just starting to...
SmugZ World.
Yeah, SmugZ World, party time, excellent. None of that. But yeah, so, like, I'm just me on there. Like, I'm not trying to put on this persona, like, hey, welcome to SmugZ World. What today? Nah, it's like, fuck.
It's more like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing today, but we'll get there when we get into it, eh?
That's how my videos are just...
That's how I pick it up.
Yeah, and that's how, like I said to you, I just film, and then once I edit, I just put them all together, because that's how it is. You know? And that's who I am. Like, it's just way easier than that than try and be Mr. Perfect and rah.
No one wants to see that, Bo. No one gives a fuck about Mr. Perfect, I don't think. We've been told plenty of times, don't change your style, boys.
Yeah, hard. And that's like you're saying with the mental health thing, like I think some people, because a lot of people men's mental health, I fully understand that, but why I don't represent that, because more to me it's more open mental health.
Yeah, I think, and I had a conversation with you on the phone, bro, and I'd sort of been thinking along the same lines, but when hearing you talk about it, I was like, you know what, because fuck, we got tons of women that watch our show.
Teenagers.
Tons of women, teenagers, all sorts of different people. So we are doing the switch from just men's mental health to mental health. Obviously we're men, so we
fuck, I'd help out fucking dogs' blooming mental health. Animal mental health just as important.
But that's
fucking all of it.
That's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. Like because we all know a lot of both sexes who have just been through the same thing. And to me, as I said, don't judge me on this. I just felt like we were now excluding another side. We were like pushing ourselves like it's okay, it's okay. Me and Rara was like, but it's both sides, especially if you're in a relationship where you've got a female and male and both of you have been in the scenario and one's holding it back because the other. And then we're giving more exposure to men now than Rara. It's like, so that's why I spoke to you and said, hey, look, I'm, and other people have been like, oh, do you want a men's mental health sticker? And I'm like, this is just my personal take. And they've respected me for that. I'm like, hey,
there's no reason. There's no reason to not. But I took it on board as we've got a responsibility, I think, to be perfectly honest, if we really think about it, to cover everybody, because we're not just a man's show. And obviously we started off that way as men's mental health, figuring, because we're men, I know for a fact that I've got ridiculous mental health issues we have had over the fucking years, you know what I mean?
Have this conversation, I'm like...
That's right.
People are like, they're sitting there laughing because we know we're living it. And so some of you are watching this and having a little giggle.
Yeah, and others are probably watching going, fuck, I wish I could be that open about it. Or I wish I could get to the point where I can now laugh about how fucked in the head I am. And you can. And it's everybody. It's not just men. So,
It's the thing with mental health, it's like, you can either live with it and let it pull you down, or you can actually, I'm going to be straight up, get off your fucking ass. Now, don't get angry about this.
Don't take it the wrong way,
No, and realizing what's triggering it.
Yeah.
So I was on all sorts of medications, and I was taking this drug for like years that was making me feel like I was floating around, and I was like, Jesus, even though I love dressing up as that guy, but I was just waking up and felt like I was floating.
Yeah.
To find out, once I went to someone else, they're like, what medications are on? Oh, I'm on Zenith. And they're like, yo, that was stopped ages ago because the side effects.
Oh, no.
What's the side effects? More depression.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
Suicide.
Making you feel like you were like, I was like,
yeah.
And I've been on them. And I was like, yo, that's why try, like you said, go to doctors, see the medication,
Yeah.
But also the biggest key factor is occupying the mind.
Yeah.
So music, working on cars, doing whatever, drawing or anything.
Yeah.
Finding stuff, because your mind is your worst enemy.
100%.
That's what it is.
It's the only thing that sticks with you all the fucking time and keeps talking to you, even when you don't want it to talk to you. It's right there.
Yeah.
Well,
saying shit.
That's why so much when we talk, people in the burnout family, is like burnouts. Fuck, you get on there, you get on that pad, and you release.
We've spoken to more than one person who have said burnouts have saved my life.
Exactly, and that's the sad thing about it, is that also how there's so many events up there, and when you want to enter all these comps, you start getting more freaking depressed, because now you're trying to, a lot of us got families and stuff, and we're trying to work out how the frick we can get to these events, because we want to let that tension off. Like, it could last a month or two, and then you're amping for the next event. But once you can't get into them, because I get like that. I'm like, what the? I want to be.
Well, the fact is, the motorsport's growing. More people are getting on board with it. More people are getting interested in it. The professionalism's rising, but that doesn't mean that you can't enter bottom level.
No, wait.
You can still enter with a 4-cylinder if you want, mate.
No, do it.
You know what I mean? And get out there and fucking smash it. If you're only single wheel peeling, weld the diff up. If you can't, there's someone that's got a welder and will do it.
Welded diff. I'm going to help you. Well, you just made a friend,
mate. And it'll happen. It'll happen at the fucking skid comp. If it's a 2 or 3 day event, someone will turn up and weld it for you. But
exactly.
Like that, the whole burnout family is amazing. And we've heard it from a number of people in different motorsports, like say dirt racing. I'll go back to Seth, Frosty ice cream truck in the United States.
Yeah.
He grew up with dirt racing. If your dirt racer car broke something, no one else is going to help you. They were all in their little groups trying to get their fucking cars going. Burnout comp, someone's going to go, well, I'm 3 cars behind you, bro. Here's my fucking LS coil. Go out, smash it, give me my coil back. Because I want to beat you on the pad, not because you're disqualified.
Well, people want to see you out there. Like, people have seen, like, we've Masterton.
You're there next.
Rapinets.
Yeah.
Like, that to me has that OG feel of like how Skidfest used to be in Auckland.
Right.
All types of weapons are turning up, and it's cars that people are now building on their personalities.
Yes, yeah.
And the thing is, like you said, when you paru out, dude, people come over and like, yo, what happened? And like,
I broke this. Oh, fuck, I got one of those.
Yeah, whereas like, if you're like in another motorsport scene and you've spent all this time fucking building stuff, I've learnt now, because I used to be that person like, yo, look, it's all good. Like, I know the car. Now I've got to the point where I'm like, what do you reckon it is? Or so I'm like, oh, I've done this, man. They're like, yo, I'll be back in a minute. And they're sacrificing parts of their car.
Yeah, bro.
And coming over.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, no, gee, you're good. We'll just fix it. But everyone's always pretty much... There's a couple of drivers that seems they're hard basket to talk to, but it's probably just
personality thing.
It's just their personality.
That's right,
like I'll talk to them on the internet and they're like, and then I'll see them in person and it feels like they don't want to know. But it's probably just because don't judge them.
Yeah, that's right.
I've already, judged them, but it's like, it's just who they are in public.
And when we're asking people for interviews, and people that yarn heaps on the internet and they got cool cars and they need person. Oh, you want to come and interview? Fuck no, bro. I am not getting in front of that fucking camera.
They don't like hearing their own voice.
I'm a dickhead. I can't talk properly. I'm like, bro, if you even watched our shows, like, our first 20 episodes, no one could understand a word I fucking said. We got 400 subscribers by that. Like, what the fuck? Just fucking do it.
Exactly. But look, it's a cool thing to be in. Like, I could have got into drifting. Like, I could have followed that route.
Yeah.
You know, because I've got, like, one of my new sponsor, that's the route they don't want me to leave burnouts and go drifting. They want to get me to do more drifting.
Right.
You know? I'm like, I just don't like the politics behind it.
Right,
It just seems to me there's an ego thing. I could be wrong, but it's just how it comes off to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather just build a car, my personality, go to something, smash it, talk to a whole lot of good cats, like females, males, kids, you know, anyone, you know, and then just put on a show, have a bad day, have a good day, you know, and just enjoy myself and meet freaking cool people and push the fact that I try and push all these young fellas who are wasting their times on the street. Like, we've been there, like, come battle on the pad because it's not as competitive as you think it is.
Yeah.
Because they could have personal battles with their mates on the day. Yeah, they could have like a rival from the takeover scene, bring them to the pad, bring your crowds off you, and come battle on the pad, and then you'll realise it's a whole different kettle of fish, you know?
That's right. And no one's going to give you shit until they know you.
Right.
Once they know you, you'll get given shit for a dumb skid.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter, right?
Because you turn a negative into a positive every
That's
time,
right.
man.
That's
You're like,
and they're just having a laugh, mate.
I have to I've got to tear up next time.
And you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what caliber or level car you've got. Everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
On the pad, it's very. That's the technical thing. It's 100% to get a perfect skid.
Hayden Wilby won't go back up the tipping. Hayden Wilby, one of our toughest cars and drivers, nut out.
Stop saying his name.
Oh, I'm not going to say his name because he thinks he fucking sponsors us now.
Oh, the dude. Oh, was he?
I think he's in.
No.
It's Chloe from Wainui Amada's husband or ex-boyfriend or something.
Oh, his brother?
Yeah, his brother.
Fellow with the black Escort burnout car.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, can't go back up the tipping because he stoved it at Summernads.
Orange. What is it?
It's a Falcon.
I don't think
the big orange.
I don't think that car's
It's a
even
turbo Falcon.
I don't think it's even.
Is he getting another transmission done?
Yeah. It's been a victim.
He's going back to manual. So listen, bro, I want to know one question. Have you got the Burnout Masters game downloaded on your phone and do you play it?
I'm going to be honest, yes and no.
So you've got it downloaded and you don't play it?
I've downloaded it and then I've unloaded it and I've downloaded it and I got real balls deep into that game.
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
are we thinking of the same game? Balls deep.
Oh.
Okay.
But no.
Okay, no, that's cool.
I want to see.
You know about it.
You know about it.
Definitely. I spent some stupid hours playing it. Okay, just be straight up, and I just wanted more road. I just wanted more collection of cars on there.
Yes.
Proud to be able to say they're one of our newest sponsors.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. We'll put a Toyota K25 on there. So I can.
Mate, we've got so much pull with them now. We've got so much pull with them now.
Because it's a cool game, and I like to go on the. I love the open thing where other people are on there.
Yep.
Because it's pretty cool. Because you go start tearing up, and then they're all parked up, and you kind of like chase those fellas, and I go to
see the other fellas typing out. Nice ride, bro.
Well, they got Medi on there now.
Yeah. So I need the dumb thing is I need to reload it and start it over again. Yeah. So I think I am back into my VN. Is it like the?
Your VN.
Yeah, but I'm actually stoked that a game like that was created.
Yes.
It'd be freaking awesome if it came on fucking PlayStation or what's the other one?
The Xbox.
Xbox. Man, if
So what you can do, right? What you can do with the Burnout Masters is you can Bluetooth your PS controller to your phone, and then you cast your phone to your TV, and you can play it on the television. Mate.
How old are you?
50?
How do you know
I
that?
taught him how to do it.
No. Hashtag calm in the world. Told us that you could cast it.
So I need to like, oh man.
How old are you? Like 40 something?
I'm nearly 50.
Nearly 50.
Yeah.
You got to get up with us young fellas, mate.
Yeah, man, what the heck? So I've got to. Oh,
you can do that. I'm telling you, everybody out there can do it. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to start giving away codes to cars. So we're interviewing.
No, it's not.
Nut Out. We're interviewing Nut Out and Hayden in a couple of days, tomorrow sometime, not too sure. Well, Burnout Master's going to give us a code to give away in that show, so that you'll be able to punch that code in and you'll get Nut Out free on your phone.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Does not get any better than that.
That's where it's at. But now you've just got me a new addiction now.
Sorry.
I'm going to spend like 2 hours.
Someone's playing it in the background.
I'm going to spend 2 hours trying to link everything to my TV and find out it's playing in my daughter's
And then you got to pick.
you got to get your daughter to do it for you, bro. Get your daughter to do it for you.
Yeah.
She'll figure it out.
Yeah, hard. Okay. Yeah.
Ray's got a question to ask.
Oh yes. What's your favourite munch, brother? What's food? What is you cook for Annie cook for you? What do you go?
What's your best? And don't go down that path.
What makes the bookie happy, bro?
Don't go down that path. The food's got to go in your tummy.
Yeah, so that is. Holy shit, that is the best question I've ever been asked by anyone.
Come on.
Okay,
You heard it here first.
Okay, yeah, easily. When you're taking out KFC, hands down.
Hey, KFC.
It's just, you know.
It's always a pop, yeah.
It's fucking greasy, it's tasty.
How many bum wees you have.
It's dead chicken.
How sick you get from eating it. You're like, I'm never eating it again.
Yeah.
And you'll find 4 days later, you're back there.
You're back there in the bum
It's like nicotine. And you're like, right. Cooking at home. Yo, it has to be, is it sweet chili and lime, chicken and rice?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right. Sounds exotic.
Is it? Yeah. I know you're telling us.
What you do is, you go buy chicken, you cut it up, you chuck it in the frying pan, you go buy these Waddy's fucking packet sauces.
Right. Yeah.
If you want to be real, like, you know, chop up some spring onion.
Right.
Never happens. And then you cook up some rice and done.
Okay.
If you want to be real, woo, MKR, you can like, you can.
You obviously watched that program.
MK Ultra, Mind Control Ultra. What?
My King wrote a page. No.
Oh, yeah.
You got to, you could batter up the chicken.
Batter up?
Yes, a bit of like, I don't know.
Season up the battery types of thing.
Yeah, and never listen to what everyone says. You just chuck everything out of the cup and chuck it into that
hard.
Bomb deep fried and boom.
The more stuff in there, the better it tastes. You heard that here on Cooking with SmugZ.
Yes. And another key is you don't chuck the batter thing into the fryer thing first and then put it in the fryer because it sticks to the pot. You spend the next 20 minutes scraping the top of to get the chicken out.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, but no, you don't want to know.
No,
the missus has walked in and go, what the fuck are you doing? Nothing? You put the batter in the thing first thing? No.
Well, that's one of the best, one of the most in-depth food,
yeah.
Don't even talk about cooking with me, man.
All right, no.
My missus is going to laugh because she's like, bullshit, it's steak, bro.
Right.
Steak and wedges.
Steak and wedges, okay.
Oh, you guys want salad?
Go down the road.
You know how
some grass out there.
So I said the flashiest thing I've cooked, but yeah, it's always steak.
Right. You said the flashiest thing you cooked.
Yeah, because that was the first thing that came to mind. Because Annie'd be watching this and go, "There's a load of bees."
We had a good conversation from Manaweka to here yesterday talking about meat because we got picked up by a butcher.
Pete!
Butcher Pete.
Pete the butcher.
Yeah.
Pete the
butcher. What a good guy. He was a good cook. He picked you up.
And in fact, he was mates with Welby.
Oh, he just said that.
Why knew you, mate?
Nice.
Nah.
Good mates, yeah.
So anyway, I got another question. Bo, and it's to do with burnouts again. If you had an opportunity to drive any burnout car in the world that you can think of, what car would you like to jump behind the wheel of and smash on the pad?
Oh, easy. Nick Brash's rotary K20 that he built and pulled out on.
Right. Okay.
Hands down.
Hands down.
There is a lot of other ones, but they're the obvious ones. Everyone's going to say the obvious, and I've just gone totally to that direction because...
no one's mentioned Mick Brash's rotor one yet, no?
No.
Oh.
We haven't even actually had him mentioned. In
I think someone might. No. No, U-League's been out. No.
It's the thing, like he built it, and it just seems like they got so far and just couldn't deal with it and stopped.
Well, I think... so who was it that builds his engines? They...
did they build Munted?
Yeah.
I'd drive Munted.
Well, we're going to find out because we got him coming up.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, that
coming up.
20B Gemini supercharged thing is just nuts. But to me, I'm always like, just hold the pedal. But I don't know, I think it's like a rotary owner thing. I do it. Like we always on and off the pedal.
Yeah. I think it's a street thing.
What could be?
I think it's a street thing.
My son's got the same habit in his Barra.
And it's a street thing.
Yeah. And it's like, I think, and I need to get out of it.
You know, you can't. I mean, if you're wanting to get points, you can't stay on limit and just go.
Yeah, so that's what's funny. Like,
but you can't be like.
So like,
stick within 300 RPE.
Yeah. So like with the Australian rules that we have for Burnout Masters and for Summer Nats, limiter. And I understand that. And then we have our New Zealand rules. It's like go all out or not at all. Yeah. If you got tyre fire, stop for a minute, let's put it out, get back into it. Like, sweet. I love those rules. And the thing is that, like a car like I drive, like I'll come out in third gear, and then if my gearbox plays ball and I don't sit there for a minute hooking fourth, then I'll be in fourth. But previously how it was set up, there was no throttle control. There was no, you couldn't just hold the rev anywhere. Right. It was straight to limmy. It was And I think now how it's set up now, there is actually throttle control. Right. So I can, once I can get back out there again and test it, I can actually hold the pedal. But
and with that, I've heard
it's a bad habit.
I've heard you describe the case before where it just used to drive itself. So not only have you had that with no control on the pedal, the car's direction is actually going wherever it wants to, and you can't use your pedal to change any of that.
No one has any idea driving that frickin' thing before. Like the front was like this. Okay, so the car is actually 2 inches further one direction forward and 2 inches like directed. So it's actually like this, that whole
Right. So it's got its own crab on, really.
Yep. And because the diff has been off-centered to one side by 5 or 10 mil. I think it's 10 mil, maybe 15. Right. It's off-centered because it came out of a V8 Starlet.
Oh, yes.
So it's been placed in there like this.
Yes.
So you had all these, and then you had a front end that was, okay guys, it was like this, and like this, and like that, and cracked and everything, like. Right. And steering, as you said, like, as soon as you... So originally, once we worked out we could start in third in it, I then got cocky and would start in fourth. But then it was like there was no gear. There was no gear to go to. Yeah. So every gear is like the same in that funnel. I don't know what it is. Right. So you'd start in fourth, come out and then hit fifth, and it was scary as hell. So then we backed off and go, okay, we'll start in third, hit fourth. Right. But once you come in the tip-in, when you take passengers with you, and they get out afterwards, and they're either like this,
you know, because you car again.
Yeah, like, oh my guts, man, in there, and like, you know, and I'm like, yeah. I'm just glad we survived because I actually had the passenger had no idea. I have no idea. I'm in there for much of the ride. The only difference is I've got all this stuff and this stuff to deal with, and I'm just going, where are we going, guys? Like it's full. There was no idea. And then with old school, as I said, most people knows that I pulled it out of commission for 4 years because I was just sick of not being able to drive it. I was over shitting myself most of the time. I had no idea where the fuck we were going. Yeah. That's why the RCN is like how it's shaped, because it was just like, okay, we'll just go where you want to go, bro. Happy days. Now it's got steering.
Yes.
So far, oh mate, nice the car to drive. Like way more predictable, you know? So like they set it up fully for drifting and stuff like that, and that's why
I love the lock on. I love the lock on.
Yeah,
I want that on my Falcon.
It's got some
good.
lock.
Yeah.
You know?
So good.
The thing is like saying like what you own is easier to set up lock real cheaply than.
Well, look.
So tell me, bro. Have you got any plans for your next? What's your next comp? You got anything you're gearing up towards?
Honestly, I want to do every freaking event that's there.
Right. Right.
I'm itching every time. So I guess so far we're coming up. What we're coming up to December. Time, you can say, Jay guys, time is irrelevant. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
The older remember that, people.
Yeah.
The older you get, the faster time becomes.
Yeah. And I just found out that if you're ADHD, you've got no concept of time whatsoever.
No, that's
And you
which
can't drink
explains a lot about me. Oh, and you can't drink
properly.
When you ever put a cup of water up to your mouth and you go like that and it dribbles down the side every time? Apparently it's ADHD
No,
thing.
that's a stroke.
You just got no. You'd think. But according to Facebook Reels, it's ADHD. But we're going to have to wrap this up, bro, because we've got to get back on the road. It's taken us 3 days to get here, and we've done interview number 1 out of 8.
But just one thing I was saying, also a thing that people know has been pushing is autism.
Yes.
So autism.
Yep.
So guys, autism is a big thing for me. If you don't watch my channel and on YouTube and see what I talk about it, SmugZ, party time never happens. It's a big thing that I'm pushing personally, and just because, again, like mental health, people probably won't say this, but like I said on the phone, you probably buzz out. Like the more you talk about it, the more people you will know with it.
Yeah.
And dealing with it, children, adults, it's so widespread, and then the link that you would probably, as crazy as you would know, how much it's linked to depression and mental health and like that.
Unaliving oneself. All that.
I mean, that's a different thing. I mean, it's like the parents who have children with that, they bottle up. You know, they can be because they don't want to open up to other parents because they've got that little bit of stigma on how they're going to get portrayed. And
exactly because autism, they say it's a spectrum because it is so massively
widespread.
Yeah, so like you look at me, you would have no idea, but then the more you look at the traits and the more you watch my videos, you realise, oh, okay, I see how, I was diagnosed in the 80s, so it was just live life, be happy, But then it can get really hard, especially for parents and carers and frickin' schools. Schools, hands down, are the worst for it. There's a lot of schools that don't want to deal with it. So yeah, if you see that is a thing that I'm pushing a lot, It's just because, again, like I said before, saying earlier, even when we had a conversation on the phone, that mental health and all that, you got good guys like this, everyone else is pushing it, and just autism is one thing that seems to be shadowed. But they're all crazy linked.
Yeah, I think the thing is, the way I think, when I say mental health, when I talk about mental health, I'm not talking about depression.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Or just depression or bipolar. When I say mental health, I mean like all of the mental health. ADHD, autism, bipolar, depression. Yeah. The thing is with the depression and all that. Asperger's. They are symptoms. They're symptoms of the bigger thing.
Yeah.
Everyone with autism and ADHD is going to get depression. They're going to get all these other things involved. And that's not, you're going to treat a symptom of what's wrong. You're not actually treating the cause, which goes back to something way bigger.
That is exactly it. And that's why, like, talking about what I was saying before about, autism or something like that. And then if the more you look into that, you'll start realizing I'm not saying it's all linked, but it opens your mind that it could answer a few questions you've been trying to figure out with your mental health.
Yes.
Well, look at that one today, with the water.
Yeah.
He learned today that
because it is a thing. I honestly, every time I have a drink, I'm like, you're a fucking numpty. And I do it in front of people. Like, if I was in a job interview, have a water. Yeah. The fuck are you doing? Apparently, I've got no idea about spatial. I just face drink. And I have actually gone like that, put it up to the wrong bit.
It's because what I'm thinking, it's thinking in between, or you're thinking in between.
Thinking about, I'm
You
20
know,
steps ahead as I'm taking that drink.
But that's it. So, yeah, that's so gold. But see, having this conversation, if you're listening, if this makes the cut.
Yeah, it will make the cut.
Yeah, definitely. And it makes everyone have a laugh and then think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I
realise,
do that.
what the
Fuck.
fuck?
Nick, man.
Dude, you should see me drinking Coke at night. And he's going to be watching this game. You actually bring that up.
Remember she told you to?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have this bad thing where I've just started, I don't know what it is. People probably watching it and going, I actually do that, but it's, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like this, I don't know.
What do you do?
What is it?
What is it? What is it?
What? You tell me. I don't know. I drink Coke and next minute it's like reversing, but it's like, the gas.
The Coke comes back out.
Was it
No, but the Coke's
like
going down. But yeah, it's not reflux.
But it's not.
It's like I'm about to choke and everyone's standing at me and the oldest is like, I ain't giving them fucking CPR. And Eddie's like whacking me on the back and I'm like, oh no, that's not I don't need that at the moment. It was wild. I don't know if it's just because we're getting older and just our body's just like, I don't want to drink or eat anymore. So it's fucked up.
Well, you heard that here first, folks. So, have you got anything else to say, Bo?
Where is
I think I'm
Masterton?
pretty happily done.
Where the fuck is Masterton? No, we got to ride halfway there, so we're good. It's on the maps, on Google Maps.
No, I'm stoked.
You got anything else to add, Bo?
You need to watch these fellas. Definitely. Just the tipping. On YouTube.
You're making me blush.
Facebook. They don't do Doc Dick anymore. I don't know. You do?
Tick, dumb.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit of Instafag, Instagram. No, that's not a word anymore. Damn it.
The only reason I'm going TikTok is because you've got so many other, a lot of American, like a lot of other country stuff. Where I think, fuck that, we're going to get our American market.
Yeah, I don't even watch it.
Exactly.
I don't even watch other people's content. I'm a dickhead. All right.
So, basically that and watch Burnouts.
Watch SmugZ World.
Yeah, you can watch my channel. It's weird. And, man.
You have some cool, like, you're the only one who's doing, like, your blooming graphic work is fucking untouchable, like, really.
Thank you, man.
You don't probably see it because you're so used to it.
If we had time, I'd be getting a tattoo from them today.
Yeah, I would definitely be inking the brothers up.
Don't have time. But one day we'll come back down, probably specifically for that.
Nah, I think, thanks for having us.
And just support everyone.
Yeah, well.
If you need to talk to someone, just talk to the man and just keep all that scenario.
Never be scared to reach out.
Yeah.
Never be scared to reach out.
Nah.
But you can't stay here anymore because I've had enough of you little shits.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, and don't forget to donate money to us.
Because they need to find a way home.